Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan on Monday at 12 o'clock. Welcome. It's pouring, it's misty out there, you want to cuddle up and just be inside, don't you, today? So some of you are working out in this, so well done. So I hope you're having a good Monday so far. I haven't been on for 2 weeks because, of course, last week was bank holiday, wasn't it? So I hope you're all okay. Some of you will be on here later, perhaps, and you can listen to it again. Today's subject is about enjoy yourself. Okay, there's one person on here so far. Happy Monday to you, my darling, whoever you are. Say hi, I'll send you a hug. Nothing better than starting the week with a hug, is there? So today is enjoy yourself. Okay. Oh, Ellen, hello, darling. Big hug to you. I was only thinking about you yesterday, actually. So I hope you're okay, and I'd love to see you soon. And Vanda's on here. Happy Monday, Vanda. Oh, lots of love to both of you so far. I think we're living such busy lives, everybody, and we all sort of get caught up, don't we? And then we forget to sort of, well, we don't always forget our friends, but we should kind of make that more of a priority, I think, because they feed us love and support, don't they? So, especially you, Ellen, thank you for being there. So, yeah, how do we enjoy ourselves? You know, this is a question. I said this to one of my clients last week, you know, just enjoy being you. Just enjoy being that person. Oh, good afternoon, Sue. Thank you. Oh, I love those hugs. Aren't they cool? You know, they're positive vibes for each other. You know, we're sending a hug, and for that moment, you know, you're actually connecting to that person, and that person's soul feels it. So it's very important that we keep that connection going. That's why I like doing these, because they help to give people that feeling of support and love that I send out to every one of you. When I send you a little heart afterwards, I'm thinking of you. So thank you for being here, and you can always share this with your friends and family, because of course that can help them as well, can't it? It can, you never know, it's a Monday. I love Mondays, as everyone knows, because it's a new beginning. But some people, they think, oh, here we go, it's another Monday. Hi Val, lovely to see you, darling. Lots of love to you. So today's subject, as I say, is enjoy yourself. Enjoy who you are. You know, we quite often, good morning, honey. Nice big hug. So we often think other people will make us happy. You know, we gear our whole lives for other people to be part of that happiness, which is great. But we've got to learn to be mindful of that moment where we're just enjoying ourselves. So, I mean, whatever makes you happy, you know, that's the most important thing. And to find that, and it could be a very simple thing. You don't need money or events or outside things to make you happy, really. It's an inside job. We've got to learn how to make ourselves happy with the smallest, most simplest things. Some people are really enjoying themselves when they're pottering about in the garden. I know I'm one of those people, and I love painting fences, and I love decorating. I'm enjoying myself. I'm creating something. Some people enjoy themselves when they're making cakes, or when they're sewing, or when they're walking, or whatever. I mean, just think about what makes you happy. If you were to scale a 1 to 10 scale, what makes you happy? What makes you really happy to be yourself in that moment? What is that? And whatever that is, really enjoying yourself. Maybe enjoy the peace that you create for yourself, perhaps with a nice hot bath or something, or maybe just whatever it is you feel you need. Okay, it's your needs that will make you, if you're aware of them, they can make you happy. So you've only got to be aware of your inner child. Your inner child needs something from you, needs to be supported and loved. So we have to be aware of that part of us that needs that support, and almost ask yourself, put your hand on your tummy and say, you know, what would make you happy? That little tiny part of us, that little child inside us, maybe what would make you happy? And I did a really good talk, actually, a Nan talk on my website, www.nancyfinch.co.uk. And this particular talk is an exercise. So unlike the Tea with Nans we're doing now, this is an exercise you can look up if you like to. And it's in the orange section here, in that chakra area, okay? So if you go onto the Nan Talks, you can look this up. Be your own cake. That's what I put. I mean, I really think this is a good one to support today's talk, because it's learning how to give yourself the things you need from others. And it's learning how to be mindful. You know, if you can be the source of your own happiness, inside. Because I said it's an inside job. It's not what we've got outside. You know, people with money, I've known millionaires with money, and they have not been happy. They've not been happy. They've had all these possessions and all these things they can do, and you think they'd be happy with that money, but they won't. In fact, some of them were not very well at all. So money doesn't always bring you happiness, okay? It might give you more choices, but it doesn't. Happiness really is an inside job. So it is very important that we are our own source of happiness. Be your own cake. Learn to look at yourself and think, okay, what would make me happy? How can I give that to me? Whether it's a hug or a bunch of flowers. And I go on to it much more in that talk. And that is dated on the 7th of the 6th, 21. So be your own cake. It's one of my favorite exercises to give out because it shows your self-value. You are valuing yourself when you say, right, what do I need? And instead of asking someone else to give it to you or hoping or whatever, I mean, that's kind of codependent in many ways and it can suffocate any relationship. But if we can give it to ourselves, you know, give ourselves that support and love, then that is going to be really good for you. And you'll learn to enjoy being yourself. Enjoy yourself in those moments. Some of the best moments I've had is when I've taken myself traveling. Oh, hi Susan. Thank you for being here. Happy Monday. One of the best moments is when I've taken myself travelling all over the place, especially Scotland. I like Scotland. And my mum was born there, bless her. And my dad too, actually. So I took myself there on my own a few years ago. And I became my own best friend. I took myself to different places. And I didn't feel lonely at one point, not at all. Because I was with me. And that was a really big lesson for me. How to enjoy being myself in those moments. My own company was enough. And some of you listening probably have already got that, which is lovely. But just being a bit more mindful of what brings you joy. What mindfully brings you into that place of, wow, this just makes me so happy. Whatever that is, it's going to raise your vibe. It's going to make you better to be with your family and friends. It's going to help attract more of that happiness into your life. And it's the law of attraction. What you feel, you attract. So if we can recognize what we don't want, yes, that's fine. Put it over there. Let's just recognize what you do want and focus on that and be happy. And if you can't be happy in the moment, you think, well, nothing's bringing me happiness, then think back to a time when you really was happy, doing something, even as a child playing sandcastles on the beach. I haven't got that on my board today, but that was mindful. That was creative. You were in the moment. Or whatever. If it wasn't a beach, it might have been something else. So it's very important that you just think back to that time, and experiencing it again is enough to raise your emotional balloon higher and to attract more of that into your life. And of course, like I always keep going on about, collective consciousness will benefit as well. As you feel good or peaceful or happy or whatever those good feelings are, the whole world feels it, like the butterfly effect, okay? It ripples like a web all the way through the world. And so you're actually helping the world by helping yourself. And I'm always going on about that, but it's true. So being joyous, what brings you, I mean, your body, your mind, your spirit will benefit. I've got notes all over here, but I don't always look at them. Oh, so funny. So like a child, just think for a minute. What would make me happy? And don't think too much about what other people will judge you on it. You know, if you feel like dancing in the garden, that's fine. It doesn't matter if the neighbours are watching, you know. We've got to learn to just experience ourselves on that level of being. So how many of you feel really good up at the 10 score, excuse me, with something that makes you happy? What would that be? You know, so Be Your Own Cake is a good example of how to make that happen. Yeah, and maybe it's just taking the dog for a walk. Maybe you're really happy doing that. Maybe you're happy cooking. Some people I know, as I say, love creating food and cakes and all sorts of stuff, or for other people, and that's being of service. And that alone can bring your level really high if you feel you've done a good job. That's being mindful, and that's enjoying yourself. So when you're doing any activity, ask your inner child, is this enjoying? Are you enjoying this? Is this really enjoying? Or is this just enduring? Are you just putting up with it? Or do you want to do something else? And if you can't find what that is right now, just think back, what used to make you happy? Or what would make you happy if you see another person happy? I wouldn't mind trying a bit of that, or whatever that is, okay? and give that a go and then see what level that is and enjoy yourself. It's just a nice concept, isn't it? Being in the moment is a good idea anyway. So I'm just looking at some of my talks here. Yeah, some of my words on here. Joy brings you more joy. You know, if you're happy and you're joyous doing something, you won't be tired. You won't be stressed. You know, you won't be suffering as much as you do now in any physical, emotional area, because you're in the moment. That's why voluntary work is so good. People love doing voluntary work. They're of service, they feel valued, and they feel satisfied with that. So that's always, I mean, I'm not saying we all have to go volunteering if we haven't got time, but those examples of helping another person or being of service to another person is what we're talking about. When you feel satisfied, you release happy hormones all the way around your body, and that will just bring you new energy, new life, new stamina. It will give you what you need to drive you forward, and it's like putting petrol in the tank when you're happy. But what makes you happy is the question. And if you think it has to be something, a doing thing or something on the outside of you, it isn't. It's on the inside. What would make you happy to do, feel, be? I know one person, actually, who just loves to watch cartoons. She says she just loves to snuggle up, have a duvet day and watch cartoons. She's a lovely adult who just wants to remember her inner child and the hope and the joy of watching some of those lovely films that I think adults could benefit much more from, because they introduce a connection to your inner child, don't they? They allow you that hope and that experience of whatever that film is trying to show you, and they're always very lovely, aren't they? So maybe watch a nice film if you want to, maybe whatever makes you happy. And if you haven't got time to do that and you're too busy working, then just think, maybe later on I'll do 5 minutes of this for myself. Another lady, day before yesterday actually, she said, I love colouring in, but I don't get the time anymore. Just colouring in, because she feels that she's got this job and that job to do. And we quite often, as I say, we're so consumed with doing this and this and this and this, and as mums and as family members or whatever, we always crowd our lives with lots of things to do, or jobs to do, or chores or whatever. But we've got to have some time for our inner child. It's that person inside you, that little 6-year-old, if you like. Not when you were 6, but that little tiny vulnerable self. The one that needs extra care when she or he is under stress or worried or whatever. That part of you needs to be attended to, needs to be supported. So it's very important. So I encourage this lady to allow 5 minutes a day at least, amongst all the other jobs she's got, just to do a little bit of colouring. And to maybe think of something nice when she's doing that, a nice concept or a memory. And I know several people like Irene that normally comes on here. She does the most beautiful pictures. And yes, she could do something else, but what is she doing? She's giving herself support on a very deep level. And she's creating something. And she's satisfied with that. And those elements of it will give you, the hormones will give you more of that. It's more likely to attract peace and happiness, and apart from having an obvious effect on your body because of those happy hormones, okay? Satisfied, oxytocin, melatonin, all of those things are going to be whizzing around your body as you feel happy and satisfied with whatever you're creating or doing or experiencing. So have a little think about that. What would it be that makes you enjoy yourself? And you deserve to feel joy. You deserve to be happy. Oh, hi, Julie. I think you've just joined us, darling. Today's all about enjoying yourself, being who you are. Isn't it lovely to be mindful and just to draw yourself back into you rather than what you do, There's a tea with Nan. By the way, you can always listen to this again, Julie. So a tea with Nan, that's what we're doing here, called Staying Authentic. Oh, that's okay. She's late, she says. Oh, that's lovely. That's really cool. Thank you. It means a lot that you're here, Julie. Thank you very much. And of course, you can always share this, guys. That's what I'm always encouraging, because it can help so many people. And just going to give you my website again, just in case you want to write that down. You can enjoy the meditations. Everything's free on it. Meditations. Oh, thanks for the hearts. My tea with Nans are all interesting exercises. And they're all chakra based, of course. They all go into different areas of emotion. And of course we have the Tea with Nans, which I've done quite a few. I think I counted 120 of Tea with Nans. So you can scan down and see which one you fancy listening to. They're all going to hopefully bring you some hope or inspiration. That's what my aim is anyway. So if you can share these, maybe that would be the answer to some people's weariness at the time. So going back to the Tea with Nans, I'm going to suggest we've got Tea with Nan, staying authentic. Very important. We stay authentic. You see, if we're authentic, we know what we want. If we're giving away ourselves to other people and situations so much that we only have this much left inside of us, for us, as most people do actually, then we're not staying authentic. And we need to be that authentic self. We need to own who we are. So that is staying authentic, 9th of the 5th, 22. If you want. Oh, hi Julie Abbott, thank you for joining us. Thank you, big hug to you. Haven't seen you for ages, but you always look great. When I do catch you going through town, I think, oh, she's lovely. So anyway, thank you for joining us, Julie. So staying authentic is on the 9th of the 5th, 22, and that is really good just to remind you of who you are. So when you know who you are, then you can really enjoy yourself, can't you? That's something you can work towards because you deserve that. If you were more yourself, oh, bless you too, darling. If you're more yourself, then you're more for others. So it isn't a selfish thing to be more mindful of yourself. It is just taking care of who you are and developing all your skills and your beauty. So you can be more for others, and you'll definitely have that effect on everyone else. And you probably won't see it straight away, but people will probably comment on it. If you could be more in tune with what your needs are, you give them permission to do the same, don't you? By example. So staying authentic is a good one. Another one is wear your crown. Oh, John's on here, my cousin. Hi, John. Happy Monday to you. Oh, thank you. I'm in my yellow jumper today and my funny giggly, I giggle when I look at these earrings because they're very childlike. And you know, I put them on because my inner child wants to enjoy wearing something jangly today. So, and if she wants to wear them, she'll wear them. So that could be, going back to enjoying yourself, it could be what you wear. It could be something you feel like wearing for your inner child. So, because John said I'm looking wonderful, thank you. I guess I'm feeling the joy of my inner child. That's what I'm feeling. And when I feel that, I'm in the moment. I'm not stressed. I'm not worried. I'm not anything that's going to take away that happiness. I'm just me right now, being authentic with you. And that makes me feel good. And if I can inspire you to do the same thing, go and put your best outfit on. Go and dance around the room. Go and put your best music on. Just do what makes you happy, you know, and think about what that is. And if you don't know what it is, place your hand on your tummy and just think, because this is where those feelings lie. This is the inner child, these two here, the blue and the yellow. But if you could place your hand on the yellow and just think, what do you want, inner child? What would make you happy? What would bring you into a joyful place? And go with that, or plan it, or remember it, or whatever it takes for you to experience that. Good. Another tea with Nan I really want to recommend is wear your crown. Now, most of my clients know this one now. I made this one up on the 31st. No, it's not the 31st, it's the 3rd. Can't read my own writing. It's the 3rd of the 7th, 23. Now, the reason why I want you to go to that one is because it's all about self-confidence and self-value. It's about ownership of who you are. So I get everybody to wear a crown, a metaphoric crown, and to say, I am a queen, or I'm a king, whatever you want. People treat me as a queen. So it's not that we're better than anyone else. It's that we have to own ourselves. You know, we have to own that authenticity. And when we do that, we set a different vibe. It's a respectful vibe to everyone else, but they respect you too. And life is a lot easier when you wear your crown, because you get more done, and people, I don't know, just think all relationships are easier when you wear your crown. Okay, so give that a go. Have a listen to that. Wear your crown on the 3rd of the 7th, 23. They are both, actually, both those talks, staying authentic and wear your crown, is really good for the yellow solar plexus area. And that will make you more yourself just by listening to them, because that's where they're aimed. All those words and concepts are aimed at this area. So that will help you. And last but not least, I've quickly, before I got on here, I nearly forgot today. So I've got another symbol I've channeled through. These are 30 symbols I've channeled through a few years ago, and I give them out to clients or students. And what they are intentional symbols to help you to focus on that feeling or that concept, okay? This is a very simple one. I love simple. This, I have to draw it quickly before I got on here, so forgive the scruffiness. This is happiness, and it's an H. If you see the H for happiness, this is why you can remember it. The more you use a symbol, the more your brain believes that symbol is going to work. So, you know, we're talking with 5% consciousness, and 95% will believe that this is going to change your life, if you think, you know, or your situation right now, or your feelings. So no guarantees on that life bit. But Susan says she really needs this today. Oh, bless you. Big hug to you, Susan. Well, tell you what, Susan, if you could do this, you can either draw this in the air or look in the mirror and draw it, you know, and just look at it now. Just draw it with this now. Just follow it with me. Trace it with your mind, okay, or your feelings, or your finger in the air. So you go down with an H, and then you take it right up and tuck it in. So as you're doing that, this is happiness. This is your intention for happiness. So we'll do that one more time together. Down, across, and tuck it in. So that happiness is yours. It's an inside job. When you're saying to yourself you're happy, you might not be on that conscious level, on that 5%, but on a subconscious level, you can drop that pill, if you like, into that area. And you never know, because just by saying it, and that's a rather large area, it might just believe it. If you keep saying that, I'm happy, you'll find ways to be happy. You'll attract happiness into your life. You're more likely to be happy doing the simplest things that you took for granted. Like I say, walking the dog or standing out in the rain. Some people like that. The negative ions are beautiful. So it might be some simple, tiny action or something that brings you happiness, and this might be it. This might be just a simple thing that you do today that will change how you feel. Happiness. And it will help you, because I'm intending that as you use that symbol, you're going to open this chakra here, this yellow area here. Now that's your authentic place of self. That's who you are. And if that area is low, and emotions can do that to us, situations can do that, stress can do that. If you're stressed over something, that yellow is going to be very tiny. And I'm wearing a yellow jumper for you today as well. So that yellow area here, the solar plexus, will go back against the body. And that's where some people get imbalance. If it's been shut for a long time, you're going to most likely attract imbalance in that area. Or some discomfort or eating habits or something like that will change, because all of those areas in that center, all those organs will be affected with a slight bit of inflammation if it's shut. So we do need to keep that open. And just this symbol alone suggests that may happen, no guarantees, but it may happen if you set that intention to be happy in that moment, no matter what's going on around you, everything else that can bring your emotional balloon down. You can be more for that situation and find solution and find happiness around that, because that's very important that we stay happy. Okay, I'm glad you like this, Susan. I think this is lovely. Practice the symbol, do the symbol happiness. Although for you that would be that way. No, it'd be this way around. I don't know, I'm dyslexic, I don't care. So be joyful, use that symbol. Find out what makes you happy. And sometimes that's just a personal thing of breathing in perhaps walking and breathing in the fresh air, or painting, or dancing, or singing, or listening to music. I mean, who knows what it is that's going to bring your emotional balloon higher and take your happiness scale up to 9 or 10. Anything over 5 is going to be good. Anything under 5, you don't want that. There's too much compromise. So I hope today's been helpful and useful. Remember, your inner child needs you right now. You can be more for others as you attend to your own needs, as you look at your feelings and what makes you happy. Some people, as I say, just like the peaceful moments they create in their gardens, or as I say, elsewhere, or just if you can't actually have these feelings and do these things in a garden or whatever, you can't get out or whatever reason, then close your eyes and remember it. And breathe that experience, that feeling into your body. And you're still going to feel those things. Your mind believes you. Just remember the last time you sat in the garden if you can't go and do that now. So things like that. Think of ways that will bring you into a place of enjoying yourself. So I hope that's helped a few people. Time's marched on again. Enjoy your happiness symbol that I very quickly did 5 minutes before I came on today. Completely forgot. Whatever brings you into a place of, I'm okay, I'm happy in this moment. I hope you have a lovely week. It will give you more energy to go through that week and to get what else you have to do. You know, your work, your chores in the house, whatever you're doing, it will give you more energy towards that. If you could just find moments or hours or days, if you're lucky enough, to enjoy yourself. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week, but I hope you can join me again. Monday, 12 o'clock next week, I'll be here. And please share this, as I say, with other people. You never know. It may just be the thing that can drive them through the day. You know, before I go, I remember talking to this client last week about this. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Val. That's so nice. Oh, thank you, Julie. If I can make you happy, that is brilliant. Oh, and Susan says, have a lovely week, everyone. That's lovely that you're all talking to each other on here. That makes me very happy. My inner child's dancing. But if we could change, you know, if you have a boat on a fixed course, right? I'm just going to leave this with you to think about. You have a boat on a fixed course and you take it off its course by about ½ an inch. Well, it doesn't seem like a lot, does it? But over a period of time and space, you'll find yourself in a different place. Makes a big difference. You'll end up in a different area, in another island. Well, if you take that metaphor to yourself, if you just change one little thing today, it could be the symbol, it could be just being mindful of enjoying yourself, that little tiny thing today. You may not think it's very much, but over a period of time and space, you'll find yourself in a different place. And you'll look back and you'll go, do you know, I'm not as stressed as I used to be. That's funny, that. Or I don't worry about this, or I seem to be more calm, or seem to have more peace. And that's because you've attracted it into your life. So just remember, just like the boat, if you can't take on too much, and all my things are there on my website, then just take one little thing that I say and use that. And over a period of time and space, you will find yourself in a different place. And you'll look back and you'll value that moment that you took that little step. Right, I'm going to say namaste now and goodbye. And obviously I'll see you next week. Thank you all for your nice comments. And I shall see you soon. Take care. Lots of love to every one of you. Bye, everyone.